Well, Steve Bannon was, I guess, was Steve Bannon, I guess, was supposed to testify uh, today on the January 6th committee, and they decided against it. And I've talked about this before. The right to be heard is a human desire in just about every thinking and functioning and social human being. And when that right or the need to, the desire to be heard, and when that desire is squashed, certainly there's going to be negative feelings with regard to this. The desire to be respected on a mutual sense is also something that is also desirable, even if you don't agree with the person. And I guess there are people that don't agree with me. I'd prefer that they kind of not be around if they're not going to act in mutual respect. But, that's the way things go. If they want to follow me, fine. But I don't know if I want to have a conversation with a person or individuals that don't want to give me any kind of mutual respect. They think that my ideas are stupid, and they shouldn't deal with a stupid person. And if my ideas are so repugnant, well, they shouldn't want to deal with me. And certain views that I've perhaps kind of changed, but certain things I look at, and I really do believe that, again, that ideology and ego are ruling the day. And I believe, perhaps if you look throughout history, that's been the case for quite some time. And I don't know how this problem is going to be solved with things like rapid censorship and the fact that people in power do not want to hear dissenting views. I mean, it is what it is. I'm certainly not happy about it. And to a degree, it kind of makes me, like to a degree, kind of sad. I mean, because you have to move on sometimes from toxic people. And yeah, Master of Rope, June says that my ideas are not to be taken seriously. They are so stupid and they should be mocked. Okay. What idea did I say yesterday that should have been mocked? Or and then when the show is over, someone really kind of read me the riot act. I don't think they had really good reason to do so, but they did. Don't want to be around that, Is this good behavior? And I don't know what I said yesterday that should represent the kind of hostile reaction that I received. I said nothing. I don't think I really said anything inflammatory. I know I've said things inflammatory in the past, and I kind of want to change that to a degree. I don't think that anything that I really said was worthy of the response that I got. and people don't want to move on beyond that, well, okay, then okay, keep moving. If a person can't grow and change, or you don't want to accept the changes within them, and you think that who they are is something worth to be mocked and not taken seriously, and then okay, move on. I'm not gonna, well, yeah, that's not love, though. High Ridge, what you're stating is not love. Love comes with action, and Scott says that we love you, but it's not love. Love is respect. Respect and love go hand in hand, and empathy also goes hand in hand. But I guess those types of things, if a person is passionate enough, they will go after the person personally. Henceforth, Steve Bannon, I know, was talking a little bit about myself today because yesterday I had people come across, and I guess they feel the right to do what they do to me and treat me in the manner that they do on my show. I prefer not to be around them. Just, you know, one person in particular just doesn't have any respect for me, and doesn't. He's the kind of person you'll take him to a restaurant, and he doesn't like it, so he'll get you kicked out too. Why do I want that around me? I'll decide whether I get kicked out of the restaurant or not. I believe Joey is doing some traveling. He is out traveling, and I wish him all the best, even though we disagree. For the most part, it is respectful. Uh, there can be passions, but the passions, for the most part, are done with respect, and that's what I prefer. I don't care about disagreement, but if the disagreement does not come with respect, then I kind of don't want to hear it. It's a waste of my time. I don't gain anything from that. You're not changing my mind. You're not changing my opinion on that. And maybe my opinion cannot be changed, but I doubt yours can either. Getting back to Steve Bannon, again, the right to be heard, uh, the right to be defended is human nature. And anytime there is punishment, then a kind of a due process, a hearing, perhaps should be had. If you value the relationship and you value human rights, the right to be heard is something that should be done. And Master of Rope says, no one comes in here to change your opinion. We know we can't. You're stubborn old mule. Well, you're stubborn as well. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. Who's not stubborn? And I'm pig-headed. Who's not pig-headed? Compared to what? Compared to what? And that may be true. We may all be idiots, so we should all have respect for one another for our idiotic ideas. We all have passion. We all think that we're correct. So why not come with a level of respect? And High Ridge Estates is the Twilight Zone. They were all pug faces, and they thought they were beautiful. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. Then you don't need to hear other perspectives and keep, keep moving. That's fine, Dennis. You don't have to hear from anyone else's perspective but your own. But again, I don't see that is a reason to come at people in the manner in which they came at me. I don't think that's a right. That's a good thing. And JP has a perspective. I don't have to agree with it. You're saying that I can't take criticism. So they're saying that I can't take criticism. Was that criticism? That was legitimate. What was said to me was legitimate criticism. Grow up. What was said to me was something that a grown-up says to somebody. That was grown up. Is that what you're saying? Didn't feel grown up to me. It felt rather abusive, to be honest with you. Well, was that criticism constructive? It felt like an attack. It didn't feel like I was being talked with or even talked to. I was being talked at. You didn't want to engage. Now you call me a name because, stop acting like a 7-year-old victim. Okay. And then I'm being told you're acting a mess and making a fool of myself. I guess to you I am. And then, of course, there's the move on yawn, that, hey, it is what it is. I mean, when you belittle, when you come in and give criticism and then the person belittles you, that's what they do. And here they go. More. I'm just pointing out, this is what certain people do. This show sucks. Pity, pity, pity. Keep going. Keep going. I'm having fun with this. This is an exercise in behavior for me. Please continue. I welcome it. I'm eating it for dinner. It's not breakfast. I would say I eat the insults for breakfast, but I'm eating them for dinner. And well, you know what? Your comments are the most vindictive. I love how you always bring my comments on the screen and address them. Well, I do. I'm just pointing out how vindictive and cruel you're coming across, at least to me. Maybe you're not to other people. I will keep going because you keep biting the bait. There we go. And says, Brian, you don't exercise, stop the cap. Vindictive Brian, please. Well, rye bread, and I don't know how to say the name here. WooHoo. I don't know how to say the first name here, but WooHoo, aka rye bread. You think you're not vindictive? You think you don't come with a vindictive nature? Come on, man, give me a break. I can't read. Well, there you go. There's another insult. I mean, and that's typical of a lot of people. They do if if you disagree with them, they will come at you in the most vicious of manners, and that's just the way it is. And they don't want you to have any kind of due process or hearing for humans. But I do. I believe that human beings uh, deserve to be heard, if particularly if they're going to be punished. One person of all the people I've encountered, I have never been called vindictive. So one person says this, well, you're vindictive. You are vindictive towards me. You may not be vindictive towards other people, and maybe I have truly rubbed you the wrong way, but you are absolutely vindictive to me. I am literally carrying your show for you. Well, you are that. Oh, I thank you so much for carrying my show. You are proving my point about how ideology. I don't know what your ideology is, but I think that somewhere along the line I've stepped on your beliefs, and I've hurt something inside you where you want to attack me and belittle me. And this is not the first time that something like that has happened. So I've kind of grown a thick skin to it. I know when that happens, and you can say, it's not. So am I not being stoic? Am I sitting here screaming about that? I'm just telling you that this person comes at me. Oh, see, there we go again. Another insult. Tune into pathetic. Oh, well, on Mixler. Now, I guess she's doing a show on Mixler, and she might be talking about me and how pathetic I am and what a loser I am. And that's fine. I believe that people have the right to the freedom, their freedom of speech, and I don't think I would ever say that about you, Rye Bread. I would never call you a loser and pathetic. I would never say that about you, but you'll say that about me. And this show needs to hear a different opinion, not Brian's same nonsense. Well, again, I said before, I welcome people's different opinion. Hopefully, if it's done with respect. I'm not going to talk about you on my show. It's not worthy of my podcast. There's another put down. Well, then I'm not. Then you know what? I guess I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of Rye Bread's podcast. I'm not good enough, and that's fine. She says, laughing my ass off. I'm not going to disappoint my listeners. Well, I'm glad you're not going to disappoint your listeners. You're certainly not addressing anything that I've said, and maybe you think it's correct to do what you did. Tally up the put downs, Brian, so I can throw it away in front of you. I don't know what that last word is, but yeah. And now she said some foul language. I'm just waiting for a. Okay, I usually, I'm trying to start a new one. In the next show, I won't have any foul language on it. But she said, and I think I'm gonna maybe delete all my show, a lot of my shows. But she's saying, I'm just waiting for a fuck for me to give. Oh my heavens! And Dennis says, open up VC. I mean, what's the point of doing that? There is no agreement. And when I put Scott on, he just threw a bunch of farts. And I don't know. And don't delete this. Well, Well, thank you, Scott. Even though I disagree with it, I disagree with your demeanor. Look, there was a time when I also had some similar forms of demeanor. I do not anymore. And Brian, your listeners can't follow you. I don't understand what you mean by that. Please explain. Okay. And then Master Rope says, "Stop being a baby, Brian. Like I'm being a baby. You know, I don't understand your guys' perception. I'm not crying or anything like that. I'm just stating my opinion, and I'm just giving how certainly I feel and how I observe things. And maybe I'm completely wrong. Here we go. You didn't step on my toes about your beliefs. It's the fact that you can't handle anyone else's opinion. I don't need to recap everything you said. That's something you need to discuss with yourself. Yeah, smash that like button, please. Everyone here, smash the like button, please. Because again, I guess at some point, what's the point? I have nothing. You know what the truth is? Got nothing against rye bread. I don't agree with. She didn't explain herself to me at all, and she's still not. This is a game, and for whatever reason, and she's not giving me necessarily a reason why she doesn't like my views, but you know that's her prerogative. I mean, people don't have to give you an explanation to why they like or dislike you. Some people just because you exist, and there she goes. I don't need to explain myself anymore. That's fine. Probably because you can't. Probably because many of your views about me are based on emotion and not logic and reason. That's the way it comes across to me. I could be absolutely wrong. But a person like Rye Bread would probably never give me any due process. And I'm glad she's not in charge of anything with me because she would be very unfair. And there are a lot of people out there that seem to be rather unfair, and they probably control Fortune 500 companies. Yeah, right. She says I'm wrong. She says I'm wrong, but no, you could fool me. Give me a break. I'm pointing out things of reality, and if people would have heard what was said to me, come on, man, give me a break. I'm not wrong at all. I've been around that before. And then High Ridge Estate says, stop with the due process horseshit. There you go. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. That is your prerogative. You know, you can be mean and cruel without to give any reason, and you don't have to be there to have any kind of conflict resolution with any human being whatsoever. You have the right to be as vindictive and cruel to someone as you want, and you have the right to be vindictive and cruel to me without any explanation. That is your prerogative and right to do. Go run for Mr. President, Mr. Wright. Well, okay, you know. And by the way, I've heard these types of comments before from other people with these types of personality issues. So it's not new, and I probably use them myself. So I can't be a hypocrite. And most people are laughing at you, not with me. Well, maybe they are. Well, you know what, Joey, for me, she keeps giving me the information, and I'm just reacting to it. I'm not saying that she's wrong. I mean, maybe people in the audience believe that she's absolutely right, and no, then stop bitching about it. I'm just expressing myself. What Why do you have a problem with me expressing myself? You're expressing yourself. Why can't I do the same? Do I have the right to do the same as a human being? Hmm? Do I have the right? So you're saying I have issues. Brian, practice what you preach. I didn't say I didn't have issues, but I certainly was confronted with a person with issues who's, like I said, comes across as rather vindictive. If you don't agree with him, and they're a person who perhaps thrives on conflict. There we go. You are getting all tight about insulting me. Wait. You are getting all tight about me insulting you, but then you insult me. Practice what you preach, Brian. Am I being inconsistent here? Joey, can you tell me if I'm being inconsistent, morally inconsistent? You're also posting something public. Yeah, you know what, Rye Bread, you have the absolute right to say things about me, and I'm on there, and I'm responding to your response to me. And she says, I don't thrive on conflict. It's called trolling. But it's okay if you don't understand. And I guess it's something I don't understand. It's called, see, instead of conflict, she sees me as an object to be trolled. That's what she's basically saying. That uh, I think rye bread is woohoo. What I don't know how to say Wubzzy WooHoo. Is that how the name is spelled? Kind of wants to objectify me and troll me as an object of her amusement. Also, you're welcome again. You're welcome again for carrying your shoe and probably making it better. Have a great night, Mr. Right. I do wear a size 13. Joey is correct about that. And, well, I do thank you. You did make my show entertaining. You did bring a little enlightenment there. Like I said, I certainly don't agree with the behavior, but I'm someone, when I was that age, I also behaved as someone who was self-righteous and came across as half-cocked. Maybe people, I guess, and sometimes I deviate back to those old ways, but I'm certainly aware of my own behavior, and I think I'm aware of my own failings. So, yeah. And Joey says, yes, Wubzzy the Wuhan flu. Okay, I don't know what the hell that meant, but that's okay. That is okay. I do welcome. I do welcome dissenters. My preference is respect, and I will have open dialogue on with people. Hopefully, they come with a mutual respect, and that is the way I certainly have preference. But the show is supposed to be about Stephen Bannon and about the right to be heard, and how human beings sometimes are slandered, and human beings are much more nuanced than we give them credit for, and we are human beings. You know what? I'll give her that. I'll give her that. She is a smart person. She is a smart woman. I'll give her that. She is a smart and extremely articulate woman. Diplomacy, not necessarily her strong point, at least with regards to me. And to me, she came, and she's your homie. And you know what? I have homies too that are very high strung and are really feisty. And yeah, wrong women always weak in the brain. I don't know if I really agree with that. But I want to get my own perspective here, and my own focus is that human beings, for the most part, are more than the one-dimensional characters that we perceive them. Even rye bread. You know, perhaps if I caught her on a good day at some point, or if I caught her when she didn't hear some of the perhaps what she believed to be hyperbolic and cruel things that I had said in the past, she would be different. And Scott says she can be a diplomat to those she feels deserves it. And well, and again, so she feels that I do not deserve diplomacy. How am I to respond to that? Well, I guess to her, I'm just to be put down. And if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And where's Howard? Well, Howard does not respect me. And Howard's last performance on my show, I had to put on private. And why do I personally want to have someone on, even if they're intelligent, even if they bring good content, who don't have human respect for me? I'm a human being, and I desire certain behavior, and I prefer not to have someone who will habitually threaten me around me. It's just not a good. I kind of like to think I grew out of that in junior high, where there was always this friend who was always flexing and wanting to kick people's ass in the room. Well, they all decided, hey man, we don't want to hang out with that guy anymore. And that's kind of the way I feel about Howard. Howard comes in and he will habitually threaten me. You know, whether it's, getting rid of my show or getting a strike, even if he's joking about it. Why do I want that? The other guy was probably, the one guy that we used to hang around with in seventh grade would say, well, I was joking. Who cares that you were joking? I still don't like it. It's to put some fear into me. I don't like to be played with. I'm a human being. Don't want that around me. I just prefer. Well, like I said, I am a human being. I do get upset, and I kind of believe that feelings and emotions, they are part of human nature, and I do assess my emotions. It's not that, but again, it's not other people's opinion that bothers me. Certainly, I certainly prefer if people have the same opinions as I do, but it's more people's actions towards me than their opinions. It's their actions and behaviors. And if someone doesn't feel that I am deserving of respect, well, why would I want that around me? I'm a human being, you're a human being, and if you feel that I'm a human being that is not deserving of respect and dignity in my ideas, because part of who I am is my ideas, and I like to express my ideas, and I like other people to express their ideas. And if people find my ideas offensive and hard to deal with, and it's too hard to deal with my ideas, and they want to move on to another place, then yeah. If you don't like someone, just tell them fuck off, dummy. Who cares? Again, I don't want it to get to that point. And again, I prefer to be around individuals that come with mutual respect. And hopefully we get to a place on that. Online, there isn't mutual respect. I can show you things online where people are just, you look at this. I don't know. I could go on about certain things, uh, about how human beings are demonized, and they're not given a full picture. And this January 6th hearing kind of reminds me of the McMartin preschool case, where the people were absolutely demonized uh, on completely false charges. And these charges aren't false. I mean, there's some true things here, but there are also, I think, a lot of trumped up charges, and some of it's a little bit of hyperbolic talk. Um, all right. Well, I don't agree with that. I don't think I do. I think that I'd like to see examples of that. And if a person is going to come with a criticism and they want me to improve, it should come with constructiveness, and it should come with a sense that I'm a human being. And if you can't do that, I mean, you're just going to want to hurt me. How else am I to respond as a human being? The person says, I don't have to explain myself. You came in and you read me the riot act, and then you call me a baby, and then you call me all kinds of names. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that, like it broke me. It didn't. I certainly didn't like it. And I certainly have preference for other forms of behavior. And, again, I'm not gonna hang around that kind of stuff, man. I have preference to move on. It's not intellectual. It's juvenile in my opinion. And that's my opinion on that. Anyway, guys, hey, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share the video if you gain anything, and if you do have any criticism, put it down. Put down your criticism of me. Uh, I welcome the comments. I don't know how often they're put up there and stuff. I know that YouTube has certain rules. I certainly would like to get to a point where we come back to an information age. Right now, I feel that we're living in an age of censorship and punishment and dogmatism. That's what it looks like to me. Anyway, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And visit our website at transparencyandmerit.com. Thank you for listening.